finally the weather has cleared up and I am trying to get a little bit done on the van, although I'm not going to get much done today. I've started to try and put the divider between the front and the back. Started to build the divider between the cab and the living space at the back. What I'm using is this 144mm wood, which fits this gap quite well. So, I say quite well. I've had to do a bit of cutting, as you will see, on this piece just here to shave it in. So the gap is going down here, and luckily it's all nicely trimmed in the cab. But I'd got these holes here, can you see? Which I've already got the screw thread in them, and I managed to find bolts that fit those threads, so that was quite good. Then I was trying to work out how I was going to find where the hole was on the other side, but I don't need to, because I bought these brackets. They're like a T-shape, and I've put it in that way. And then what I have done, I will show you on the other side, because I've put that one in already. What I have done is I have fitted it like this. So that is now nice and secure. And the good thing is, I intend, when I've finished panelling this in, to put the stretch carpety stuff across inside the cab so that it all looks nice and finished off, because I've got a great big piece of that the man who had the van before me had intended putting up, but he never got around to it. This side is in, and as you can see, it fits quite nicely down to the floor, although there is going to be a gap, if you can see, behind where the wood is, between the step up to the cab. Not there's going to be a step because there's seats in the way. So I will have to sort of pack that out a little bit, because also what's a little bit annoying on this side is I've got this piece in here, but I don't know if you can really see it on the angle here, but here the seats stick out further than the wood, so it means I'm gonna have to put something like this, a piece of wood, to pack this out to make it so that I can have my divider sliding up and down without fouling the back of these seats just here, because that'll be rubbish. Got my friends the cows here. I didn't know they like blackberries. They keep sticking their head through the fence and pinching all the blackberries off the bushes. There you go, cows like blackberries. You heard it here. A little jump in the video now, because I realise that I need to put my split charge cable through before I finish building the central divider, because the cable is going to go behind the trim, which goes down behind where the passenger seat belt is. So I stop, put the split charge cable through, and then I carry on with the divider build. Now, as the use of this went so well yesterday, I'm going to try to put my split charge cable through with it, although it's a lot fatter, it's a lot longer run, and it's a bit more bendy, so we'll see how we go. Not quite so successful, so I'm going to try using my thread, which is a builder's line, so it should be strong, I'm going to tie that onto here, and hopefully it will make it through this time. I'm going to tape it as well because I don't want the thread coming off, because that would be really annoying. I'll give it a little start. It's not happy. Maybe I'll feed it a bit and then see if I can pull it a bit. Just not liking it. Gonna try it around the back. Well, that took way too long. The cable kept getting stuck, I think somewhere up here. So in the end, and the way I had routed the split charge cable was that it came down here and sort of, I think it was along here. However, that wasn't happening. So I had to cut off the conduit just here, abandon this piece, and then I've run another piece along the top and down through the bottom. 2 hours, it took me 2 hours. And then I've also put in a bit more conduit for the ceiling, because there's going to be a centre spotlight just here, because there's be the table and I wanted the light to be over the table. Just faffed with the other bits of wire. I stopped, had a pot noodle, because they're vegetarian, you know, even the chicken ones. That's beside the point. And now I need to crack on trying to do some more of this divider. Before I get started on this divider, I'm going to get rid of some of this old lino because it's just in the way. That's better. The main piece of the divider is going to be the slidey part, which I am making from 2 sheets of pre-cut plywood, and this is 5.5mm and it's 4 foot by 2 foot, so I know they are nice and square and they are ready to go. I've got 2 pieces. I've got some battening wood, which is 18mm by 28mm, which will make the edge, and I'll screw through from one side to the other. Then I will insulate in between the 2 layers of plywood to keep the heat in, or the heat out, depending on the weather. So I'm going to use polystyrene because I got all this polystyrene wrapped around my battery, and I thought I'm not going to go out and buy stuff to do insulation with when I've got this polystyrene which people use as insulation. So when I've cut the frame, I will cut the polystyrene up to fit inside, and then I will fit the other piece on top, and then when I've got this sandwiched piece of plywood, I'll be able to start building the frame that it's going to slide up and down in. As you can see here, I have cut the frame and I have filled the inside with the polystyrene, and now what I need to do is put the other piece of wood on top and make it into a little polystyrene sandwich, and then get all the screws along this edge and right round so that it's all nicely screwed in. But I'll have to make sure they're well countersunk, otherwise the slider won't slide because it'll get caught on the screws. Well, that's about all I've managed to get done this week because of the weather and work and all the rest of it. But there will be more of the divider build in next week's video. Hope you've enjoyed it. Please do subscribe if you haven't already. You can always press that little bell and get a notification when I put a video out. The subscribe button is somewhere over here. And please do give me a thumbs up because they all count to the algorithms and all that kind of stuff, which means that my videos get seen. Have a great week.